having some issues, and my best way to describe it is this. I went to Powell Motorsports in Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, not technically Charlotte, it's Pineville. And I purchased a 2018 Suzuki Hayabusa with 0 miles on it, September the 29th. I rode it. I was here in North Carolina. It wasn't the greatest weather. I rode it around when I had time. Put 500 miles on it. Then I took it to, since I bought it from Powell, I took it to Powell in Greensboro, North Carolina, and processed this. I was at 400 miles when I called and talked to them about bringing it over and having the first service. And I also explained to them about how between 5th and 6th gear I would be traveling. I'd pull the clutch, we go from 5th over to 6th, and we go into, and their terminology is a false neutral. I called it neutral because every time I do it, not every time, it was back up, whenever it happened, it would red line because I'm obviously traveling at speed being in there, and then there's no gear there, so I hit the gas and it RPM shoot up. Pull the clutch again, pull it back up, and it would be in 6th gear. Well, I went and I turned around and talked to them at Powell in Greensboro, and they rode it around, done the first service and everything. They said they couldn't get it to duplicate. So they wasn't out there ripping and beating on it and all this right here. I said, okay. I said, well, I'll just be riding with a video and everything, and then when I get it on video, I'll come back to you. Well, in the process of this is now, like I said, October here in North Carolina. It's pretty much cold. No real riding, and I just got a brand new bike. I didn't want to take the chance of being out and riding and having an accident because, well, as people know, people don't watch for motorcycles, and when it's cold, they most definitely don't watch for motorcycles because they don't think nobody's out there on the road besides themselves. But anyway, well, what was it? I want to say November, I took it to have the turbo put on. When I picked the bike up in January. Took it to Florida, rode it around, had issues. In January, took it back. In March, this is all with the shop that done turbo, which is Garwood Custom Cycles out of Lexington, North Carolina. So anyway, I took it back to them. It sat there until March. When I picked it up, it still was not right. We'll talk about all that at another point in time. Just give you the story and the rundown what's going on. So I took it to Florida. Took it to Fort Lauderdale to Blaze Cycle. This is in March, and they corrected all the issues I was having, got it tuned, got it running right. I went back, rode it down to Daytona, riding around a bike week and everything. Finally got it on video where when I was shifting from 5th into 6th gear, it went into their terminology of false neutral. Reached out to Powell, since that's when I took it to. Spoke to them, spoke to a guy there. I'm gonna even go ahead and blast the name. It was Chris, and I talked to them, and actually I want to be 100% sure because I don't like saying wrong names and everything. Yes, Chris there at Powell told me to send the video. I did. He got back into me. No problem. We already know what it's doing. We'll get it fixed. No cost to you. Well, I called him up. I said, look, I'll be there on Tuesday. Is that okay to drop the bike off? They said, yeah, sure, not a problem. I said, okay. Well, got there. I said, look, I don't know who the guy was I talked to. I said, look, you need to come out here. I want you to see the bike. Brought him out. I said, look, you see it's got a turbo and everything on it, da-da-da. Yeah, okay. No problem. Don't worry about it. We'll get it taken care of. Suzuki will take care of it. I said, okay. I'll leave. He said, when I was leaving, he said, we'll call you here in a little while and let you know what's going on. I said, about how long? He said, don't need no parts. You're talking about 2 weeks. Need some parts, probably about 3 weeks. Okay. I was good before the riding season. Okay. Well, in the process of this, I still got to contemplate because it still has to go back to Garwood to have a couple of things replaced and fixed. So a week goes by, I don't hear nothing. Tuesday, I reach out and I call Kevin Powell. Okay, what's going on? I haven't heard nothing from nobody. No, I'm telling you a lie. The last looked at my phone. It was Wednesday I reached out. It's been there for a week and a day. So they turn around and tell me, you just got off the phone with Suzuki and they're not going to cover it because of the turbo. I said, but the issue was there before. Well, with our experience dealing with the transmission, they're going to say it was rider error and you was riding too hard and they're not going to cover it. And I said, well, the problem with that is I was babied the motorcycle at the 500 miles, not getting on it, not doing anything. And, well, I didn't have these issues. I mean, I had these issues before this right here. I've rode other motorcycles and never had issues like this here, so it's not rider error. It was a default. So anyway, I go ahead and talk to the shop manager and everybody there. I said, let me go through all the steps and go from there. Well, he sends me over to Suzuki. I call Suzuki. Talk to them. I said, okay, well, hold on. Let me escalate this right here and I'll call you back today. I said, okay. Well, they call back and turn around and tell me I need to take the bike back to stock form. In other words, take the turbo off, get it retuned. The parts that I no longer have or that have been altered, I would have to replace. So I'm throwing out a number, an estimation of about $5,000 it would cost me to get everything done, have the turbo taken off, replace the parts that I no longer have or are altered where I'd have to replace to make it back to OEM specs, and get it retuned and everything, so they can look at it to even see if they would fix it. So my issue here is they're telling me they're not going to fix it, but I have to spend all this money to take it back to stock form to see if they want to fix it. Not, well, we're going to look at it due to the fact there's a problem there originally and see what the problem is and go from there. Now, nobody still does not know. I've been told people's, what's the word I'm looking for? Thoughts, not expectations. What they assume is the problem. They assume that it's a big shift fork. That's why it's acts that way. So they really do not have a clue. So they're turning around telling me pretty much that I'm going to be stuck. Even if the bike was 100% stock, that the Suzuki would not cover their own products, which is kind of a letdown from Suzuki when I'm Suzuki through and through. To be honest, I've never rode any other street bike. I've rode some Yamaha dirt bikes and stuff, never any other street bike. And personally, don't have desires because of the quality and everything of Suzuki. And now going through this, buying a brand new bike and dealing with Suzuki on this, it's kind of a letdown that they do not want to cover a potential fault from the factory. Nobody even wants to figure out what the problem is. So because of this, I'm now looking at a $2,500 transmission job on my motorcycle. That sucks. So that being said, they want to go in and talk about, well, when you look at the warranty. And I said, well, let's back up for a minute. When I went to Kevin Powell September the 29th and bought the motorcycle, I've been there for hours and hours waiting on this guy who I previously spoke to, told him I was coming, told him I'm coming cash money to buy the motorcycle, and he says, when will I be there? I tell him. So I go. I spent approximately 3 to 4 hours standing around there at Kevin Powell in Pinesville. Nobody really trying to help. I'm just standing, not looking, none of this. I'm simply standing there, waiting on this guy to come and help me. You know, anybody else could have helped. Well, he's busy. Can I help you? What's going on? Anything. So he finally comes over and says, "Oh, you've been waiting on me." I said, "Yes, I have. This is who I am." And everything. "Oh, okay. So you're actually coming to get the motorcycle?" "Yes, I told you I was coming." You know, a lot of people don't have faith in their word, but I believe when I say something, I mean that. So, at probably about 25 to 30 minutes after they closed, we finally got to leave after signing the paperwork, making the payment, and everything. So that being said, it goes back to this. They talk about the warranty. If you read over the warranty, I said, "Whoa, wait a second. I never got a copy of no warranty and never was told anything about a warranty." By the website, I know I had unlimited mileage, 12-month unlimited mileage warranty. No one ever talked to me about it, but it never said it's a limited warranty and it only covers X number of things. And also, I never heard of an extended warranty that I could have potentially got covered. When the tag came in originally, what was it, October range? Because it's 30-day tag, so it's October. When that tag came in, I reached out to them and inquired about the paperwork on the bike when I bought it. I said, "Was I ever supposed to get a copy of that?" He said, "What? You didn't get a copy?" I said, "No, I didn't." "Hold on, let's look." Well, they looked, they found a copy, they mailed the paperwork and the tag to me. So Kevin Powell did not give me all the necessary paperwork I should have got with the motorcycle when I got it. They did not tell me about a warranty. They did not notify me that there was an extended warranty. So I got the motorcycle, I rode it home. To be exact, I rode it, about 80 miles home that day because I didn't have a trailer or anything. I rode it home. Oh yeah, and we'll go ahead and bring this up since I'm talking about everything else. Since I'm paying cash money for a motorcycle, they did not want to come down on the price. They did not want to offer me a helmet. They should have thrown in a motorcycle helmet because I just recently had a break-in right before all this, and well, my motorcycle helmet is one of the things that got missing, and I did not know this until I went to go get this motorcycle and I couldn't find my helmet, so I had to get a new helmet. But they didn't throw that in. I just came pay cash money for it, and I just stood around for an estimate 4 to 5 hour range waiting on somebody to come talk to me, which I feel kind of was slack. So this is my feelings upon Kevin Powell and Suzuki right now. So I'm just really disappointed in Suzuki and them letting me down by not wanting to stand behind their product. Being a consumer, we all know. Anybody that watches this video, anybody that goes out and drives down the road, anybody that purchases anything, anybody that's breathing that has any knowledge about anything, pretty much if you're 16 and over, you know everything's not perfect. That's why they have the limit law on vehicles when it comes off the production line, even though they're tested, drove, and everything else. You still have cars made right here in the United States that fall into the classification of a limit. Things happen. So the company should stand behind their product, and the fact they don't want to stand behind it really irritates me and upsets me because I feel let down, and in fact I feel like no one's wanting to stand behind it. I turned around and talked to them there at Kevin Powell, and their guy there, the service manager, turned around and told me, "Well, we don't want our guy to go out there and try to get on it because it's turboed, and if it blows up, we don't want our guy." Okay, wait a second, wait, back up. You don't want your guy to go out there and ride it because it's turboed and it potentially blow up. That was their word. But being the consumer, and y'all standing behind Suzuki, it's okay for me to go out there with a faulted product and turn around and it blow up on me and hurt or kill me, instead of y'all cracking the case and looking at it and trying to figure out what the problem is. My personal belief, I stand 100% that y'all should stand behind it and crack the case, look at and figure out what the problem is, instead of potentially allowing me to get hurt, get the bike damaged, or anything else. Y'all ain't going to stand behind it and cover it. So why are y'all wanting me to be hurt by something that, which not saying it would, but something that very well could come apart and tear the engine apart, take my leg off, or anything else? Again, I'm just rambling on, but Suzuki really has let me down. And especially the fact it's a Hayabusa, it's their top of the line motorcycle, it's their Lamborghini of motorcycles, and they're not going to want a happy customer. They're not going to want someone to stand behind their product. More of this is, I got to pay the $2,500 after paying $14,000 for the motorcycle, after paying $6,000 for the turbo, because of a rider error. We're not going to talk about that. A little over $1,000 for a fairing because it fell over on the trailer. It'll be the exact same trailer I have back here right now. But yeah, I'm just aggravated, and I really feel let down because of all this. So that's just my thoughts and my feelings on everything.